Hello everyone and welcome back to another WoT Console video. My name is Xenozach and today we will be going over the February overview known as a month of war games. Or if you catch on fairly quickly and you looked at this video, this is actually what it was called last year. This year we take it into a new route called Games of War. I like that twist, wargaming. I didn't really see that one coming. That was a pretty good a pretty good twist for them. So the February overview is out. Games of War for 2018 was released on January 30th. It's time to get the party started. February is full of celebrations from a milestone of 4 years of WoT Tanks on consoles and the upcoming Chinese New Year. With 2018 being a year of the dog, get a free anniversary tank and earn experience bonuses through our ops, and then begin the climb up a brand new TD line added to the Chinese tech tree with discounts and boosts to give you a nudge. And what's better than the good old Urn Up getting you an incredible Soviet brawler absolutely free? More information below. So if you're noticing right away, first off we start off with Tank Bull's Champion M4 Sherman. Get Tank Bull's Champion M4 Sherman at the end of the prestigious event. It's free for members of the winning team and available at discount for the losing team. Of course, the Champion M4 Sherman does not actually have its own specified nation. The winner of the Tank Bull will actually have that prestigious honor of having that tank become its nation's crew trainer, whether that be the Americans or the Russians, Soviets, whichever one you want to call them. And of course, if you're on the losing team, you still have the option of being able to buy that after February 4th the event ends. The anniversary tank giveaway. From February 9th until the end of the month, we're celebrating 4 years of World of Tanks on consoles, and we'd like to show our appreciation with a free gift tank. Now, if you're new to World of Tanks console, first of all, welcome. Thank you for stopping by the video. Always a great pleasure to have new people. And if you're new, well, if you're a veteran, well, you know, good to see you sticking around. 4 years of World of Tanks is a great thing, and I plan on covering an entire separate video just for that. Congratulating Wargaming, of course, to a great milestone for any game. And if you're new to these tank giveaway, just know that you missed on the previous years. For every year we've had, as a veteran player myself, we've received each a premium tier 3 tank each year, 4 years of service, kind of like the way they give out a free tier 3 premium or garage slot as the World of Tanks console North America PC, or the World of Tanks PC North America is, clearly states it as the free garage slot we get every Christmas. But a free tier 3 premium tank. Now, if you don't know what the other ones were for the previous years, I believe the T7 combat car, the original T7 combat car, is included in this. Last year's BT7A Rezanai, and I'm interested to see how this year stacked up. I don't think I missed anyone. Maybe I did. If you know if I missed another one, please feel free to point it out in the comments. Those are the ones I can remember. I'm looking forward to see what tier 3 premium tank we're going to get this year. You know, I don't really like the fact that we're going to get a tier 3. Since it's going to be our 4th year, maybe Wargaming should bump it up to a free tier 4 premium tank. You know, there's a few of those. Please don't give me the T28 F20. I don't want it anymore. I have two. I have the Honor T28 and I have the standard T28 Russian tank. Don't bump it up to the tier 4. Bump it up to tier 5 if you have to. War games and War Party Ops. Get rewarded for your efforts. Take on War Games Chained Ops February 6th through the 8th, and the more you complete, the higher experience bonus will be during the War Party event. Now, I'm not too familiar with the War Party, but the War Games experience bonus I am a little bit more familiar with. In a sense, if this is the event I'm thinking about, or the op that they normally run, it is a stackable experience bonus for each consecutive win that you manage to have in World of Tanks. So the way this would work is, after your daily double, you have one win. If you manage to get a second win, you have a second consecutive win, which will give you another ×2 experience bonus. For a third consecutive win, you get a ×3 experience boost. For a fourth consecutive win, you get ×4 experience boost. And for anything 5 and above in consecutive winning, you get 5 times multiplier experience bonus. Now, it is only an experience bonus, that is not a silver bonus. However, this is a great time if you are a great player to be able to invest some time into the weekend to I would say raise your higher crews that demand a little bit more experience in raising any of the perks on it or skills. So that's a great event. The op is repeatable, so let's say for chance you lose after your 5th or 6th game, the op is reset and you start back from every consecutive win again after 1. Getting 2, 3, 4, 5, again the limit there is 5. You basically continuously repeat this to earn a plethora of experience points throughout the weekends. The War Party events, I believe, did they do this last year? Let me just double check. Nope, no they didn't. So I'm not too sure what the War Party ops is. I assume it's going to be every time you manage to get a certain amount of experience done, you will be able to claim a prize. We'll get more onto that when we scroll down further, and I'll tie that in with the War Party. So the Chinese tank destroyers. Bring in the Chinese New Year with a new line of Chinese TDs coming to World of Tanks on February 13th. The Chinese on-track event is also happening with get discounts and boosts on the brand new Chinese TD line and all other Chinese branches up to tier 10. February 13th to the 25th. Now this is an important mark here for World of Tanks console because we are currently at the 9.17.1 version of World of Tanks PC. Now if you don't know what that is the server version that we are currently on, even though our update is I think 4.1 or 4.2 on console, but that's the server version of PC that we currently have. The Chinese tank destroyers actually jumps ahead 2 server versions to 9.19 server version, and skips over a lot of the stuff 9.17 had introduced as well as 9.18. Now this does not mean that we will never see the changes that was implemented during for PC during that time onto console, such as the artillery rework or the bonds, I believe, were introduced in 9.18. Maybe I'm a little bit confused on that. I do have to go back and double check that, but I believe they were introduced those with the improved equipment. The Chinese tank destroyers are a great addition for tanks, but again, it's not the things that we were looking for. I know myself, along with most of the community, have the issue with maps, and that is the biggest thing that console has had asked is when the maps are coming back. And because of our 50 gigabyte memory for a free game with World of Tanks and Microsoft, that's their agreement. They cannot, or supposedly they're trying to work around a way to bringing back some of the older maps. However, it always makes me feel a little bit disheartened at the fact that they can introduce new tanks but not bring back some of the older maps, such as one of my favorites, which was Severgorsk. And if you don't know what that map is, look it up. It's a very cool snow map. I love the winter map, and I would love to have seen a blizzard version of it. If we'll ever be able to see that version of that map again, it'll be a treat. Moving on slowly, we have the Fatherland Urn Up. Starting February 19th and through the end of the month, take your battle skills to the next level and unlock the Fatherland Premium Tank completely free. So yes, the Fatherland Urn Up making its 1 year comeback. The Urn Up for the Fatherland was actually last year in February as well. Now, the difference between this Urn Up and that Urn Up has to be a little bit more detailed, and I hope they release more information on it. Last year's event basically went around with RNG based tokens, whereby playing Russian tanks and praying to the RNG Russian gods, you would be able to earn yourself a token for a Fatherland Op token. You would need 5 of these tokens to be able to unlock the Fatherland completely free. Now, this is going to be a little bit interesting to see how they implement it this time around, as they had a lot of feedback for that event and noting that it was not able to or it wasn't really the best way to implement a free Urn Up for a tank, basing it heavily around RNG tokens. So this year, hopefully they switch that up and just put it like a standard Urn Up, which is just earn a set amount of experience, going from tiers 1 through 5, and tier 6 of course being the tank reward as its final experience earned. I do prefer that over for Urn Ups for a bunch of different reasons, mainly because it at least gives you an accomplishable goal rather than relying on RNG to be in your favor while playing a certain nation or a certain tier tank. So hopefully this time around the Urn Up is a little bit easier for some of the newer players, or casual players, to be able to earn the tank. It's a great tank. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that enjoy driving it, but it is a great tank in a great tank commander's place. Scrolling down more, we have the ranked battles. Climb into your favorite tier 10 and wreck enemies in the first ranked battles event of the year, with exciting prizes including boosts, war chests, and more. And this is where I think the War Party op will be pretty much helping out for that weekend, along with the War Games and War Party ops. I assume these are going to be tied into the war chest, or maybe that could be one of the more accomplishable things for ranked battles, although it's not really stating. Oh yeah, no, never mind, it is saying that the higher you climb in ranked battles, you can earn yourself a war chest. Now the war chests, I believe for the Christmas event you got 10 wins and you were able to get a war chest for free. You could complete 8. As long as you completed 8, you were able to get an additional 3 for free. It was a great event. However, I do feel that at the current time in the gaming community as a whole, I'm hoping that war chests do not become purchasable, because war chests are great to earn, but I don't want it to become something like the loot crate system or loot box system that is currently being a havoc on the gaming community as a whole. Please don't step in that direction, Wargaming. I really hope you don't. War chests are great if you can earn them in game. They might not be to everyone's tastes, but I would at least hope that everyone can earn them rather than having to purchase them. Keep that in mind with any future events that you decide to include war chests in. I know PC does this quite often with their with gifts that you can open or purchase, because I know that was a big event around the Christmas for the PC version. Hopefully, again, for console, we stay out of the loot box and loot crate types of system, and just have things like, if the war chest is similar to that of, I would say, World of Warships, where the higher experience you earn in the game, you're able to unlock different chests at different tiers, which give you great rewards depending on the experience that you put into that into the grind for that box. I would prefer a system similar to that of Warships, rather than a loot crate loot box type of system where you can purchase these at any times and they can include a multitude of different in-game items such as golds, premium time, did it include tanks? Yes. War chests did include a few tanks. I know a few people did claim some tier 5 tanks out of it. I claimed the FCM Pack 40, I know that much. I was a tier 3, but I know someone did say they claimed up to a tier 5. So, again, hopefully that's not the route you're taking with this. Please keep that in mind. But enough of that. The final thing in the February overview will be the emblems. And I can't really show you that well if you are watching the video. I can't really zoom in that well. I haven't gotten to that level of editing for this video. Trying to keep stuff as simplistic as possible for myself. However, you have a tank for sale sign, a caution crew training sign, what looks to be a ballistic missile launcher. I want to say it does look like an anvil with a, gun on top or machine gun on top. But let's go with ballistic missile launcher because that seems more practical to tanks. You have a shield, sword, and feather emblem, which makes me feel like there's some significance behind it. But I'm not really too keen on too many emblems. The queen toppling the king, black versus white. That is a checkmate. Checkmate emblem if you're into chess, or if you're not, you just want your queen on top of your king. That's always something good to have a good reference to. The very unique tic-tac-toe emblem that has, I feel interested in this one. It really does catch my eye just because of the tic-tac-toe. The game is unfortunately unfinished, and I wish you could just be like click, click, and add it on there. But tic-tac-toe is one of those games. Although according to this emblem, it looks like the winner might be. Nope, it's still a stalemate. X's can still stop that. But anyway, the wreath. It looks a little bit like a patriotic wreath. You have the next one being a what looks to be like a reaper holding up a sword or offering a sword to a knight, and the final one with a hand cupping a flame, which I'm not too sure what that signifies, but I want to say it's something important. However, that's it for the February overview. Games of War, again, I'm sorry with a little bit of troll. I felt really really nostalgic, so I wanted to go back and see what some of the stuff from last year's overview was, and just the sheer twist of it being the fact that last year's event was called a month of war games, and this year is called Games of War, just made me laugh. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. If you didn't, dislike down below. Let me know why. Let me know how you feel about the new Chinese tank destroyers making their way on a console. Now, if you don't know what they are, they're roughly Russian-esque in their design, and kind of rely on that with a little bit better armor, I believe, on the Chinese side. We'll go into that as soon as I'm able to get some more details on it, and I'll have that video out for you guys again. And also look forward to the anniversary of WoT Tanks console video that I'll be putting out for them, as I feel like I should congratulate them in my own words. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry to keep ranting, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good night.